Hi guys, this is Paula with Little Chat Noir Boutique. Today we're going to go over how to clean plushes, or the do's or do not how to do it. So today we have an assortment of plushes. You can tell they have like some of the vintage ones. They're kind of, you can just tell the condition, some of the hair is sticking out and everything. Then we have some ones that are a little matted. You can tell that maybe this has probably been washed or something. And then the full plush. And then the newer styles, which this one has a short nap to it. This one, it's like a kind of like a short fleece or polyester. It's been chewed on, it's seen better days, but I was going to go over like the different types and then how to clean them or how not to clean them. So today we're going to go over, we'll start with the older one. So this one is probably like, it's a goon one, and it's probably from either the late 70s, early 80s. You can tell it's been well loved. It's got plastic eyes. Does have some stains and everything on it. So this type has like a poly or a nylon stuffing in it. You do not want to put these in the washer. If anything, you want to just hand wash it or spot dry it. I guarantee you put this in the washer, it's gonna shred. It's gonna come apart, and then the stuffing is all gonna come out in your washer. The fabric is old, and it's like an old type, and any type of tumbling or anything where it's repeatedly beat up, spun around in your washer is going to shred the fabric in places, especially places where it's been hugged, loved on, or whatever. Usually it's the neck area or the face, because kids like to hug and, you know, rub on their pets, their stuffed animals. And this is where the fabric is the weakest. So I'm going to use my favorite product, and it's Zout. It's an enzyme cleaner, if you can see it. It's an enzyme cleaner. And all you really want to do is get a microfiber plush or a short nap type of microfiber cloth. This is just a cheap one I get from the dollar store or whatever. And I wet like one half of it and the other half is dry. And all you want to do is, as you can see, we're going to work on this spot right here. We're just going to lightly spray it, let it set for a couple of seconds. And you're going to take the wet portion of the microfiber and you're just going to kind of rub it back and forth. Let me see if you can get a better angle. And it doesn't really require a lot of the spray, just enough to coat the stain, and it works really well on like baby formula or foods. And then we have another one here. We can just kind of wipe this one. You can tell like how the type of fabric was a little fuller down here back in the day. But if you can see it, the spot has come out. So you just kind of continue rubbing it. And you can take like a little short pick and all that. Now this fur is really matted, and it probably will stay matted for the rest of its life, but you can just kind of, this feels like it might be a loop type fabric, so you don't want to get in there too much and lift it up, because it will literally pull the fabric away from the backing. So you just kind of a light one, just like this. And some people use like the wired dog brushes and all that, but I guarantee this is really gonna pull a lot of nap out and thin it out even more. So just kind of, and you see how it's kind of raised it a little bit, not too much, just so you can't tell where it's and the eyes have really been scratched up, but I'm not going to worry about this because this is, like I said, this bear has been loved on, and I will sell it as it is, because somebody else is going to be like, that was my bear growing up. Oh my gosh, it looks like the same condition. I'm going to get it. Totally worth it. Same thing with this goon bear right here. It's another older one. This got the older goon tag, and this has cotton and acrylic. Acrylic will melt on high heat, so you want to make sure that you do not put it in the dryer for any length of time. This one does have a little bit of some hairs and other furs fabric from some other plushes that were in stock, and instead of like brushing them off, you can just get like a piece of tape, if I can get off my tape gun here, and just kind of roll it, and it pulls a lot of the hairs off. That way you don't have to worry about sitting there and pick it off individually, and just kind of rotate it around, rotate the tape around so it comes off. It looks really good. This one has plastic button eyes and all that, and when you put it in the dryer, it will bang these up. Sometimes they will actually pop out. This right here has got like a looser type of plush, and it's in better condition. You can tell that it probably hasn't been washed a lot, or it wasn't played with a lot. And this one's another goon. It's let me see if I can see what. Sometimes it's 1976. So it's kind of a fuller nap and everything. Great condition. You know, unless you just want it to be perfectly clean, you know what, just spot clean this. And if you want the fur to stand up in certain areas, this is, like I said, this is just a regular pick. You can get it like Sally Beauty's or any other hair supplies, and just use little motions up. Don't pull too hard with this because you will pull some of the fabric out, but just kind of lightly do it like this. It makes it nice and pretty. Now with some of the nappier ones, this poor little ostrich has obviously been washed, and it's matted down the fabric. I mean, it is like curly, kinky, wavy, whatever you want to call it. So this one, you know, you definitely want to take time with the care of this one. And I've already done the tail. The tail was kind of matted down like that. And so what you do, you just kind of fluff it up like this. It doesn't take much. Same thing with here. As you can tell, you just kind of pull it upwards, and it fluffs it up. Nice and pretty. Now when you do like the main body part and everything, see, you have to be very careful. I like to use the pick side and just kind of lift it up, and you can see that it's already got like some stuff already stuck in it that's coming up, and just lightly do it. Like I said, you don't want to use like a wire brush too much on this, because it will pull a lot of the fabric off of the plush. So, and it's starting to kind of soften a little bit. And for collectors and everything, this is really important because they want to see what the plushes look like originally. Sometimes they'll take the time to go and treat them, you know, clean them, you know, brush them up, make them look nice again. But sometimes they just want to buy them already taken care of. So it's already kind of softened up. You can use this side now, just kind of fluff it up a little bit more. So here's what it looks like now. This is what it looked like before. So totally different. And then when you do cleaning for like, this is I think it's this is Snuffles, little Snuffles bear. He has been washed and his hair is a little matted, and no, but that's okay. You know, this one you can definitely use a wire brush on it to kind of pull it up. It almost looks like it has a short nap to it, no loops, so that should take care of it. Just like that. kind of softens it up. Go against the grain. Yes, fabric does have grain on here, so go against it and then just kind of lightly, and it really softens it up versus this. Now, one of the tricks that I found for like this type, and this is when you clean it, like wash it and everything, and I just learned this by accident, and it really worked for a lot of the plushes, is that if it's like really wet and it mats down, now this has not been recently washed, so you know the fur is already dry and everything, but we'll just kind of wet it a little bit, and then what you can do is that you go in with your pick and just kind of lightly pick it up a little bit. But my favorite thing is to use a hair dryer, and this will lift up. So you go back in there with your pick again, and then because it's soft now, you can just kind of, and it really just gives it a nice little fluff to it. And then when you when it's completely dry, it should stay like this. Should, depending on how much you love and hug on it. So you can see with just a little bit how it's kind of really fluffed up. Here's what it looked before, and here's what it looked like with just a little bit of. You don't want to use the hairdryer too much, because you know, especially on high heat, because it will destroy. You know, especially if it's older, it will destroy the fabric, and a lot of it, like some of this has already come off, so you don't want to use it too much. But it will heat it up and make it break. So you just have to be very careful. You can use it on a low setting, not high heat, but a low heat. And then just kind of fluff it up, and it's nice and pretty like that. And see, the tail has kept kind of fluffy compared to what it was before. So anyway, that's the do's and don'ts. And if you have any other suggestions on my next video, make sure you comment below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.